Hey, good people. Camille here. Let's talk Gris-Gris bags. I've made a longer video that's going to be more in depth, and I'll probably upload that one also, but this is just a shorter version because I know some people prefer long content. I know some people do not. So forgive me, my allergies. I will be drinking water and probably, unfortunately, clearing my throat. It's allergy season in New Orleans, I tell you what. So what is a Gris-Gris bag? It is a bag that is made to, for whatever purpose that you, spiritual need that you have, and you would use the corresponding colors and the proper herbs to go in said bag. You would pray over it and then tie it off. So if you wanted for, you could use it for anything. You could use it for good luck. You could use it for road opening. You could use it for gambling. You could use it for good dreams. You can use it for attracting a lover. Anything. Traditionally in New Orleans voodoo, they're called Gris-Gris bags, and Gris-Gris translates to gray, gray, gray. So a little of this, a little of that thrown in. Like I said, in the longer video, I've gone more in depth. But what I'm doing tonight is making happy marriage Gris-Gris bags. At Voodoo Authentica, which is where I am, I have a bridal party that I'm going to be doing readings for tomorrow evening. And so a gift that we give as the shop to the person of honor at the party is a blessed Gris-Gris bag from Voodoo Authentica. And so that's what I'm in here. I just finished a ghost tour, and that's what I'm in here making, is a batch of Gris-Gris bags for the person tomorrow, and just so I have a couple already pre-made. So it is a proprietary recipe, so I am not, cannot, will not give out the recipe, but have a book of your own herbs where you can have and know, oh, I already have like your own recipe book that you have for whatever things that you want to make, your potions, your oils, um, and for your Gris-Gris. So in this is a Kui, Haitian voodoo, and this is the blend of herbs. You can see, I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. And so you pray over, you combine the different herbs, and you look up whatever herbs that are associated with whatever purpose that you're wanting it for. Scott Cunningham's Book of Magical Herbs is an oldie and a goodie. It is a go-to. I'm looking and I see my ring lights are dying. But that's a fantastic resource, or the old internet. And look up whatever herbs correspond to the purpose that you're looking for. So since happy marriage, I have things included in here for love, for passion, for fidelity, for prosperity, for spiritual, a little bit of cleansing kind of a thing in there. So you bless the herbs by mixing them together and saying your prayer and your intention over them. Before you start any spiritual work, you want to do some cleansing. Florida water, gold standard. But you could use whatever. You could cleanse with smoke. You could cleanse with Palo Santo, frankincense, any of those things. But you want to cleanse yourself so that your energy is in the right place to be able to create something. And you blend the herbs together and you say your prayers. Now you're going to have your squares for your cloth, and they're about 8 by 8, 9 by 9. There's no science. And you want to have them so that they are kind of kitty corner. Let's see here. You don't, what I'm saying is you don't want the points to line up so that it's even. You want them crosswise of each other, and that's going to give you more surface area. And when you'll see when I'm finished. So you place your blessed herbs that you've prayed over and combined with the right herbs and oils. And then you have your cloth in your hand. Now for this one, we use this gold satin. You do not have to use satin. You can absolutely use cloth. Actually, we do for everything but the happy marriage ones. And again, you would use the colors that correspond to whatever, you know, love, pink and red. You get the point. So you have your cloths in your hand, and then you want to close them up. And you want to make sure you get as much material as possible. And you close it off. And you want to twist that as tightly as you can because you want to make sure that this is secure. So you see a little pocket of air over there, so I'm going to start again. And you want to twist this as tightly as you can. Then you have your ribbon all ready to go, or your yarn. Now this, we're using a more posh, fancy ribbon, but you do not have to do that. You definitely can, but you can definitely use Red Heart yarn. And then place the ribbon around it and then start twisting. And you want to pull tight. I want you to pull very tightly because you do not want this to open up. And you can tie them if you want as a magical number. 3 is not enough for tying around the bag. You could do 7, you could do 12, which is a multiple of 3. And then when you tie it off, if you can see from that angle, maybe if I put it in camera, and then tie it super tight. And then I like to do 3 at this point for the tying off process. As 3 is a number of creation, a number of completion. So now you have your bag. And then you want to cut both tails. And you need to have good scissors when you do this, not scissors that you use on paper. And I like to cut mine on an angle just because pretty. But you definitely can cut the ribbon straight across. I just think it's prettier when you use it on an angle. Like that, little zhuzh. Now at this point, you could leave your tails up. I like to leave my tails up when I don't have all of this shenanigans of the threads bleeding off from, and that just happens with satin. When you have cloth, you might have some, but you don't have many. So you want to put your fingers, put it between your index and your middle finger, and then cut. Please be careful with scissors. And just cut it off. Now this is too small. I am much about using any leftovers of anything that you possibly can for any reason. But that's just, there's no way to use any of that, so that is definitely trash. And now you have your Gris-Gris. Another little satin string I'm going to snip. There we go. Finish off the edges. And now you have your Gris-Gris bag. See down in there, it is nice and tight because you can keep this for years. So you want to make sure that those herbs are tightly packed in there and can't escape. Traditionally in voodoo, women carry them on their left, men carry them on their right. And you can place it on your altar for when you to charge up the energy. This is one I had already made. You can use it, place it on your altar so that it's getting charged overnight when you take it out of your pocket. But when you make a Gris-Gris, or if you buy one, it's already made with the oils and herbs for whatever purpose. The way you make it deeply personal is you want to hold it in your hands and say your prayer, speak your words, put your breath, your intention, telling that bag of what its purpose is, what you need it to do. And you could add personal effects very, very deeply personal effects. If it's for you, you could add your own hair, you could add your own fingernail clippings, whatever personal essence of yourself you would like to. If you're making it for someone else, you could have a bit of their hair and their nail clippings that would go in for them. But there we have it, Gris-Gris bags. And on that note, you guys, I am going to finish this batch so that I have several already pre-made for future wedding parties that I know I will have coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you got to the end, leave the bouquet. Leave the emoji of the bouquet, the different colored flowers bouquet. So I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe.